What's up, everybody? So today I am doing the top 15 sports card sales over the last 1 month period. I did this a couple months ago. I thought it was fun, kind of breaking down some of the top purchases of all sports cards, not just baseball. So one thing that I thought was interesting is that it's mostly baseball and basketball. I believe there was one football card, but no hockey cards, no non-sports. So like no Pokemon that made it into the top 15 sales over the last 1 month period. I do feel like eventually, some of those other, sports like UFC and soccer, and Pokemon and things like that, eventually those cards will definitely make it into those top 15. But for the most part, it's mainly owned by baseball and basketball still. So, but anyway, one thing before I jump into the top 15, Chris Tobel, he was one of the winners of the 2019 Bowman Chrome box, the epic giveaway that I did. And he sent me this awesome He-Man shirt. And look at this. Has, Trapjaw and Orko and He-Man and Tila and Battle Cat and pretty awesome that, he won the hobby box and sent me this awesome He-Man shirt. So thank you, Chris, for sending me that. Let's go ahead and get into the top 15. So at number 15, it is actually a tie at number 15. And the two cards are the 1916 Sporting News Babe Ruth in an SGC 45 and the 2013 Bowman Chrome Draft Picks and Prospects Autograph Aaron Judge Superfractor. So both of those cards sold for $324,000. So they both came in at exactly number 15. The Ruth was sold by Heritage, and it's a little off-center, but it is featuring Babe Ruth as a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. And then the Aaron Judge, the Superfractor, was sold by PWCC. The same card sold, the exact same card, because there's only one Superfractor, sold in July of 2020 for $161,000. So, that's a nice $163,000 profit in 2 years. So whoever bought that Aaron Judge 2 years ago basically doubled their money in 2 years, which is pretty awesome. And by the way, I have that Aaron Judge card right here. I don't own the Superfractor, obviously, but I do own the Auto in a PSA 10. So you guys tell me what you think is better, the Superfractor or this one. Because if this is better, then it's worth $324,000, which it obviously isn't. All right, at number 14 is the 2009 Playoff National Treasures Steph Curry. This was a Beckett 9.5. The Steph Curry card sold for $336,000. Kind of crazy. Some of these basketball cards, it's a card from 2009. But Steph Curry's, going for his fourth championship. As of recording this video, I believe they're down 2-1 to the Celtics in the championship. But either way, he's a three-time NBA champion. This sold PWCC and was $720,000. Very similar card. I'll put them side by side. You guys tell me if there's any difference here. But it was just kind of weird. There was a sale of pretty much the exact same card on April 16th for $720,000. And then this one sold for $336,000. So that's a huge loss based on April. So I don't know why that card would sell for so much less. I know a lot of the basketball cards have been taking a hit, but that is a huge difference between April and June, from a $720,000 card to a $336,000 card. All right, at number 13 is the 1933 Goudey Babe Ruth in a PSA 8, number 144, sold for $384,608 by Memory Lane Auctions. So a different PSA sold for $436,000 in December. So that card is down a little bit from December. Obviously not nearly as bad as the Steph Curry. But if you look back all the way back to July 2019, it sold for just $66,000. So 3 years, 3-year difference. And this is just what's crazy about these cards is you could have bought that exact same card in a PSA 8 just 3 years ago for somebody bought it for $66,000. And then just recently in June, sold for $384,000 and even sold for even more in December for $436,000. And another card that I do own, unfortunately, I don't own it in a, what was it? I think it's a PSA 8. I do own that card in a PSA 3. So you guys will have to, again, let me know, this is a PSA 3. Maybe I'll put them side by side so you guys can see them. Are you willing to pay that much more for a PSA 8 is really the question. All right, and number 12 is the 2004 Upper Deck Trilogy 1-2-3 combo clear-cut autographs of LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan. I have to admit, I'm not a big basketball fan, guys, but I have to admit this one's pretty awesome. Sold by Goudey for $387,600. It is numbered 9 of 10. And even though it's pretty awesome to have LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, the fact that it was graded pristine, I don't know. It seems a little sus that it's pristine. I don't know, like maybe it's just a bad picture, which, for a card that's like a $400,000 card, I'm surprised Goudey didn't try to get a better picture. But it does look a little sus as to why that card would be pristine. Now, maybe it's the case that it's in, but it definitely does not look like a pristine card. But it is a pretty awesome card to have those three guys on one card. At number 11, this was kind of interesting. The 2000 Fleer Showcase Tom Brady in an 8.5. So this card sold for $396,000. It's basically a one of one. By the way, it's the only football card on this list was this Tom Brady card. The interesting thing is that it is a one of one that was made twice. So apparently Fleer, when they were creating one of ones, they make the one of one, but then they make like a copy of it. So it's basically a 2 of 2 if you think about it, because they made 2 of them. And apparently the owner of this card, I guess, bought it, way back when for like $2,000 and knew he had it in his collection, but had no idea it was going to be worth like $400,000, which is kind of crazy. So if you guys, for those of you that have kind of left the hobby for a while, you might want to, dig back into your cards and see if you have a $400,000 Brady one of one. All right, on to number 10 is the 1997 Metal Universe Precious Metals Gems. Kobe Bryant, you can see here it's autographed, and it sold for $403,664. So I guess what makes this unique, this card, it's numbered 60 of 100, but what makes this card unique is that it's autographed by Kobe Bryant. And it's authenticated. So supposedly this may be the only one out there of this particular card that's been autographed by Kobe Bryant. So that's what makes it really, really special, and was sold by SCP Auctions. I'm not familiar, never heard of SCP Auctions. So, and you guys probably looking back like, how do you not know who SCP Auctions are? But they were the ones that did that for $403,000 for that Kobe Bryant. At number 9, I thought this was interesting, is the 1958 Topps Sandy Koufax in a PSA 10. So this is a one of one. Let's see, is it a one of one? It's sold by Memory Lane. Oh, it's actually a Pop 10. So there's 10 of them. So it's actually not a one of one. There's 10 out there. And so one thing I thought was interesting is that I was looking back at Sandy Koufax's numbers back in 1958. He wasn't really that great until 1962 when he really kind of hit his stride. But in 1958, when this card was made, he went 11-11 with a 4.48 ERA. So it's not like he was doing anything special back then. But pretty awesome to get a PSA 10 Sandy Koufax for $450,000. At number 8 is the 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8. This one went for $468,000 by Heritage. This was 100,000-ish from 2017 through 2020. And then if you look back at the data, this card in a PSA 8 spiked all the way to $600,000 in early 2021, and now is going for around $400,000. So it's been an interesting journey for the 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle in terms of value, but could have gotten it for about 100 grand back in 2017, but then spiked all the way to 600K back, when things really started to spike during the pandemic. At number 7 is another Steph Curry card. It's the 2009 Panini Absolute Memorabilia Steph Curry in a PSA 10. This was sold by Goudey for $492,000. This is a rookie card, a beautiful card, by the way. Again, I don't know if it's something that I would go for, but it is one of only 2 Logo Man rookie Steph Curry cards in existence. So it went for almost $500,000. At number 6 is the 1933 Goudey Ruth in a PSA 8. This is the number 149 with the red background, sold by Memory Lane. So I noticed, so this one sold for $510,000. It is a Pop 20. But there are only 3 that are higher. There's 2 that are 8.5s. There's no true 9s. There's 1 9 qualifier. And there are 20, Pop 20 of the PSA 8s. But that sold for $510,000. All right, we're on to our top 5 cards, top 5 highest sales over the last month. Starting off with the 2013 Panini Prism Giannis. I'm not going to say his last name. I cannot say his last name. By the way, the next 3 cards, I don't know if I just don't understand some of these prices. So the Giannis sold for $528,000 by PWCC. It's numbered to 10. Beautiful card. I just don't think it should be going for $528,000. That's just my opinion. Giannis, 27 years old. 2 MVPs and a championship, so not super young, but he does have 2 MVPs and a championship. But man, oh man, $528,000 for a card from 2013 just seems crazy to me. At number 4 is the 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James in a 9.5, Beckett 9.5, $540,000. Although I must say, it's a lot less than what was sold in January for $900,000. So that exact same card sold for $900,000 in a Beckett 9.5. This one sold for $540,000. So the prices are coming down a little bit on these ridiculous, crazy cards. Sold by Goudey again for $540,000. At number 3, again, another head scratcher. I still don't get the Luka Doncic thing. 2018 Panini National Treasures, Luka Doncic, 9.5. And granted, it's numbered 7 of 10. Beautiful card, autographed, sold by Goudey for $666,000. So go figure that out. $666,000 for a 2018 Luka Doncic. All right, top 2 cards. Of course, they're baseball cards, so they make sense to me. They're vintage baseball cards. 1933 Goudey, Lou Gehrig, number 92, in a PSA 9. The Iron Horse sold for $672,000. The previous PSA 9 sold for $34,000 back in 2006. Supposedly, there are only 5 PSA 9s, and believe it or not, there's 1 PSA 10 out there. I can imagine if this card goes for $672,000, what the PSA 10 would go for. I do own this card. Let's see, do I own? Yeah, the number 92. There are 2 versions of this of the Lou Gehrig card in the set. I own the number 92 version, and you can see here, this one is graded in an SGC 4. So again, let me know, would you rather have the PSA 9 that sold for $672,000 or the SGC 4? You let me know. All right. Number 1 is the 1933 Goudey, George Herman Ruth, Babe Ruth, number 53, the yellow background in a PSA 8, sold by Memory Lane for $942,000. It is a Pop 14 in a PSA 8. So, crazy. That's a card that I'd love to own, but a PSA 9, I'll never know. I'll tell you for sure, I'll never own a PSA 8 of because I don't have 942,000 that I'm looking to spend on a Ruth, but it would be great to get it in, like, I don't know, an authentic, maybe. I don't know, maybe one day. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's always fun to kind of look at some of the crazy sales that are going on, and some of the cards that I'll never be able to own, or own much lower end versions of it. But thanks, guys, for watching. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think of this shirt? How awesome do I look? What was your favorite He-Man character? All right, thanks, guys, for watching, and I will talk to you later. Peace!